It's important for us, the community, to have our own identity, right? And dream plays our identity, right? And identity is what people find and hold near and dear to themselves. So this is our community. This is our identity. Second, and I'm going to show a couple of things as I go through. Right. The largest and most significant wealth transfer is upon us. It's happening right now, as we know it, as we see it. The largest wealth transfer is on us right now. That means, according to Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, means that there is, he, depending on which thing you listen to, but he says it's between 10 to $20 trillion of tokenized assets that are moving to blockchain. Game Master gave us a more accurate number. I believe the number is probably closer to the hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't want to alarm people, but it's closer to hundreds of millions of dollars. Why is that? Because if you go to YouTube, type in real estate. If you go on YouTube, you type in tokenized real estate, the first thing that'll come up, it'll tell you there's about $52 trillion that blockchain is going to not disrupt. It's $52 trillion, and that's in real estate. That's in real estate, right? And Larry Fink is talking about all assets being tokenized. So if real estate has $52 trillion in it by itself, imagine all the other ETFs and funds and life insurances and everything else is out there that has to be tokenized. But the key point is that it's all moving to a blockchain system. Right? It's all moving from Web2 to Web3. So what is Web2? Web2 is a current system of the World Wide Web, the internet. That means companies have and they maintain ownership of the company. They maintain ownership of the logins, much like your current bank system today or your current social media apps. You log into their system, they have your money. You don't have any control over it if they don't like you for any reason. And whether you like the guy in the White House or not, I just seen Bank of America, they debanked him, meaning that they kicked the president of America, whether we believe what he's doing is right or not, or whether his money, if they kick the president of the United States and his kids out of the Bank of America, what do you think they could do to us? All right, because they own that system, and they're very clear in letting you know that they own that system. Right? So that is Web2, and we're moving to Web3. Okay? So Web3 is blockchain and decentralized ownership. It means that you own the logins, and we're part of what people call DAOs, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. All that means is that there's nobody governing it except for the community or the organization that governs itself. So it basically means that the ownership and governance belongs to the community, not a single company. And that means that you own your logins, your accounts, and your assets. So where are we at today? We're at the beginning of this transition. He said between 2025 and 2030. Right? And we are starting to see it already. We're starting to see, again, presidents of many countries owning their own tokens, right? The kids owning their own tokens. The inauguration for Trump, he got his own token. And so what the Game Master said is coming to light. All these people, everyone is going to have their own tokens. They're just the first ones to do it. And like most other things, most people don't get involved until they get safe where everybody else is involved. But we already ahead of the curve. So everything is moving from Web2 to Web3. And in the beginning of this transition, much like in the beginning, people said they never put their credit cards in the internet. They never put the credit cards online. I don't know about that. I don't know how to do this, And mostly it was due to unfamiliarity with the internet and online banking. Now, every credit card is in the internet, probably stored. Every single credit card is in the internet right now. And sometimes when you go to checkout, you got a list of credit cards to choose from, or debit card, whatever it is, right? So as this shift is happening, it's super important that we have the knowledge, the tools to make the right choices. Because whether people choose proactively or by default, it will be based on their understanding, not about the workings of blockchain, but about the benefits, where they put the most important assets, including life savings, and the legacies, whatever it is for their families, their family assets, right? The family asset, the things that their families and they themselves have taken sometimes a whole lifetime to grow, right? And that is super, super important. So our goal is to educate people on this whole new dynamic in a fun and easy to learn way that gives them the ability to make the best choices for them and their families and their communities. That's simple. Share with you our rocket. Share with you a rocket here, because this is how we're going to go from the Web 2 world to Web 3. So I'll show you this as well, because we have this. We have the Web 2 world, because if you're going to bring people from Web 2 to Web 3, we got to have a way for them to board our rocket to get into Web 3. Does that make sense?
That's right.
We're going to take them from Web 2 to Web 3, from the old world to the new world. The new world is Web 3. We have to have a place for them to onboard, for them to come into the system. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. So here's what we got. We got a Baraka Financial Group. This is where there's all the wealth management, tokenization of real world assets. This is your do-it-yourself AI advisor. This is insurance and investment planning. All right. I'll take a second to show you what that looks like, because this is our own Merrill Lynch, right? This is our own investment banking system, right? This is what allows us to be able to onboard people, as I mentioned. This is I'm gonna log out first, so you guys can see what it looks like on the front. Beautiful, really beautiful. Probably one of the best looking sites I've seen ever in the whole world. Okay. Probably one of the best sites to see. Personal AI advisor, investment made simple, tells you about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, how to trade, how to do virtual trading, how to safeguard your savings, how to invest like a pro, how to use the efficiency of DeFi's and securities, how to do securities trading. This is all in our current system, right? This is Baraka Financial Group, the same one that you saw on the rocket. Same one that you saw on the rocket. Right, so in here, you'll be able to see your portfolio. You'll be able to make trades. You'll be able to go to virtual mode where you can do some stuff with the AI. We got the AI advisor here, right? You get rewards for inviting people to the system, because right now the focus is really about how do we get our friends and families to board that rocket. Some people back in the day might think of it as Noah's Ark, because there'll be a flood of money coming. You just got to choose which ark you want to be on. And these are the people that are joining this particular chain, which is this particular line to board that ark. It's people that are joining. Okay, it's people that are joining this ark. Here's where people can trade stocks, funds. This is already live today. So it's not something that we plan to do in the future. And these aren't some kind of bum stocks you never heard of. These are the real deal. These are the 3Ms. These are the Adobes, names that you would know. Airbnb. This is the real deal. AA. People know. Everybody knows these. Google, which is Alphabet company. Everybody knows these. Amazon, and so on and so forth. Right. So that is the bottom of our rocket, and this is where everybody is onboarding to our rocket. Say cross the bridge, but really you're going to be shot into the next stratosphere. But we put a bridge here so people can understand that you're moving from everything that we know, all the traditional stuff, real estate, all these traditional things, like stocks, all these things, they're moving into our new Dream Play ecosystem. And you might have heard this a little bit, but it's our ecosystem looks. We got our big assets. The two main assets in our ecosystem is DPLIQ, which we're speaking about. And underneath the DPLIQ is a whole tokenization tree, which we spoke about briefly as well, which includes all the tokens you know about, you heard about, some you haven't heard about, and this with the game assets. And there's thousands of tokens that are going to be launched on this, because we got an entire ecosystem. Remember, every single part of every single thing will have its own token. And here's our dream suites. There'll be more detailed presentations. We've got presentation on dream suites to break all these things down. But here's our dream suites. All right. The dream suites are where everything happens. This is the businesses in a box. This is where you land. Right? This is the business in the box. This is where everything takes place. And we have our games. The games are the mechanisms, because in the old world, you had to work but now people want to play. Right? So we're moving from the work into we want to have more fun. If you can set up your own dream world, who would choose play over work? You ask that question first. If given the opportunity to and you were, 20 years old, would you sign up knowing everything you know about workforce and everything that you've done? A lot of people here have worked for 5 years, 10 years. Some people might be even retired on this call, right? But my question is, and I want an honest answer. Who would sign up for another 20 or 40 years of work, or even tell your kids to go sign up for 20 or 30 more years of work? Or if you had an opportunity to make your own dream economy, who would sign up for play instead? Let me know in the chat. Open up and say. Who would sign up for work? Who would sign up for play? And knowing what you know, would you encourage your kids? Would you encourage your grandkids? Would you encourage your sisters, your brothers, your nieces, your nephews to go work for another 40 years? Who would encourage that? Or if there was a way that they could play and have fun, who would encourage people to play instead?
And make the same money. Let's go play.
Let's go play.
Working. We not working. We gonna go play.
Exactly. I'm seeing play in the chat. Right? I'm seeing play in the chat. Hold on 1 second. Let's see who else put play up there in the chat. All right. Because everybody wants to play. All right, we're gonna grab the names in between there as well too, Miss Karen. Right? We'll put play up there as well. We're gonna grab those names as well. Because right now we're playing, we learn and earn a little bit. All right. But check this out. Most people are still encouraging their kids, their grandkids, their brothers and sisters, their nieces and nephews, their cousins, their friends, their community to go work, to go to college, spend X amount of time and do that particular model that a lot of us, even on the phone, have not found, or some of us might have found, but we don't know if our kids in the future is going to find success in that model. Okay. So here's the thing about a trend. With any trend, when I say trend, a wave of change, like cell phones, whether we believe a cell phone was the way of the future or not, it's going to come and get you, and it's going to overwhelm you, and everybody's going to have them, and you're going to end up with a cell phone. Which means the same thing here. Whether we believe people in the future should work or not, the youth of today, they like to play. If you think that that's hyperbole, go look on the internet. Every young person is doing some kind of prank thing, they want to be a YouTube star, they want to be in social media. They're not signing up to go work at a job or a corporation for another 30 years. They're not doing it. Right? And just like social media took off, when the majority of people, I'm gonna say between 20 and 40, when they realize that they don't have to work, they can play. Oh, you better believe it's gonna be some shifting happen. And everybody that's 40 to, I want to say 65, that's looking at whatever they got and realizing, wait a minute, I've been working this job for 20, I've been working jobs, maybe more than one, for 20 years, how long I've been doing it for. Yet I'm still going paycheck to paycheck, and I can't move forward because I'm not living in my own dream world created by a community. I'm living in the old world created by people that don't know me. And why would they have my interest, my vested interest, if they don't know me? Why would they care? Right? And the system has always been meant before for us to go give them energy, work, and time, and they give you back a coffee mug and maybe enough money to survive if you don't have to go work at Walmart after you hit 65 years. But I can promise you, I talked to a guy the other day. He's in his 50s, and he said, Jamal, I need to figure something out, because he said my restaurant was my retirement plan. I lost the restaurant, so I don't have a retirement plan. I'm 55 years old. He said I can't go get a job nowhere. What am I going to go do? My little bit of saving stuff that I got, I don't even know if it's going to be around, how that's going to work out for me. There are thousands of people, some of them in your own family, that need this as a solution. We have the solution for it. We just have to expose them to the solution. Now, there's a lot of people that back in the day that heard the flood was coming, they didn't get on the ark. And some of them want to be your family. But at least you can sleep at night. They still gonna come knock on your door because they're gonna need help. But at least you can sleep at night knowing that you gave them a ticket, you gave them an opportunity to board the ark to make themselves whole. Doesn't mean that you're going to feel less, challenged by their situations, because they'll end up in a system not of their choosing. And if it's not of their choosing, it means that it probably wasn't built for them and built to guide them and take it to where they want to be and for their benefit. So, but at least, you offer them a different option. You offer them a different pathway. Because right now, most of them are on that pathway because they don't even know an option exists. All right. So here's where we are. We're boarding and coming on to the system, because everybody already agreed that we would much rather play and have fun and make and earn income through our game, or create wealth and get our bills paid through dream play. This is our entire system. It's to help you create wealth. Pay your bills, because the bills are annoying and they drain money. Your bills are like a hole in a boat. If you unplug them or get rid of some of them, right? Or if you can't get enough of that water out fast enough, you're gonna sink. That's just the reality of things, right? And so we're going to get rid of bills in our system. We're going to create income for people using our casino game, and we're going to use our same system, our same level of gaming system to create wealth. So knowing this, who would like to go to the Dream Play ecosystem? And who would like to stay here? If you'd like to go to Dream Play ecosystem, put in the chat, I'm going. Put in the chat, I'm going. Bye, blast off. Okay. So we got people that are going. Right? So for you that are going to that system, I'm gonna send you as well. I'm gonna send you 2D PLIQ as well, right? Because when you get there, you're gonna have some currency to spend, just like Monopoly. Right? So let me show you what our system looks like today. And here's the thought process that you want to use in our system. So we on board that rocket, right? We're gonna get our first trip is going to take 2,880 people. We got seats for 2,808 people in America, the African diaspora. We got 2,880 seats for people in Africa, because we want, when we get to this new ecosystem, when we get to this new world, we want that when we get there, that we have the people that we want to help, people that we want to play these games with, people that we want to build wealth with, and we know that the biggest wealth is going to happen in Africa, or happen from people from Africa. Everybody knows that. That's why everybody's spending billions and billions of dollars in Africa today, right? Dubai is spending, Europe is spending, China is spending. There's billions and billions of dollars being spent today. All the faith-based organizations that believe in you, that believe in us, and want a chance for a better world. The businesses that believe in you, believe in us, believe in this community, to be able to make this transition today, it doesn't cost them, it costs them some belief. A few minutes to sign a certificate of belief. We are that bridge to allow all these people to populate. So the difference, back in the day in landing in Texas, you had to build from brand new. Here, as this stuff moves and people get to see this rocket taking off, these currencies taking off, people get a chance to walk themselves through, whether their current business, their current organization, their current school. It gives them a chance, and we will endow them with funds to operate inside of this entire ecosystem. So we are the bridge, and the people that are in Texas and those places, those are the guardians. Those people, you got to go through those first 200 people in Texas in order to cross over to the system. So this is where everybody's going. This is where we're going. We already have it set up. We're bridging all this over. And let me ask this question. Who wants to be the first people to be in this Dream Play ecosystem?